that we can do some analytics on and bring him in?
I think obviously, to be fair, like, yes, you look at the last 2 years, Justin Jefferson came in and essentially played at all pro level the first 2 years he's been in the league. Jamar Chase entered the league, and essentially by the end of it in the Super Bowl, he's a top 3 to 5 wide receiver in the league. That being said, that's 2 guys out of 2 draft classes. A lot of the other guys, I hope this guy's career rebounds. You look at Jalen Reagor's. You look at why New England traded for Devontae Parker. It's because they struck out a miss in the first round on N'Keal Harry. And again, like Lugg said, I think Jameson Williams will be okay. But again, he's coming off a torn ACL. You don't know what that's going to be. Then you have Drake London, the wide receiver out of USC. He's like a Mike Thomas. And obviously Mike Thomas has had a great career. Mike Thomas got to play with the Saints offensive line with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Most guys of that talent are going to be able to step in and be a number one. Like, you have to have those elements to allow Mike Thomas to be a number one. And then you have like Jahan Dotson with Penn State. He's very talented, but he's very small. So that's why I'm just wondering why all these teams are willing to give up all this money and draft capital for guys that are definitely proven. Maybe I'm misinterpreting how they feel about the draft class. Maybe it's just that they feel they're on the cusp and they don't have time for these guys to develop.
Well, yeah, and I think in part they're going by the Rams model. You know, it's like, let's do it now, baby.
Win.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, last year was interesting. The top, say, 8 teams were excellent. And then after that, it was like straight down to the bottom.
Yeah.
So I think guys are looking at it. I mean, LA, they went with the system they have, and it's paid off. They got another good player in Bobby Wagner from Seattle, and good for him for going to a good team. And the way he found out that he had been traded was through social media. They didn't say a word to him. That's not right.
In Twitter, we trust, baby. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, back to the Bulls and Arians thing for a minute. So, Lugs, you'll appreciate that. That song, Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson. Michael says to Paul, "I told you, Paul, I'm a lover, not a fighter." From what I understand, Todd's a lover. Arians is a fighter, right? Todd's like this mild-mannered dude. Arians is like this fireplug expletive. Got to bleep out all his sound bites because he drops the F-bomb. So is that really maybe what Brady wants? Just thinking about that one more time.
Well, I mean, I think Todd Bowles is closer to Bill Belichick. You know, I think
a whispering Yoda.
A very methodical, business-like approach is what Brady is used to and wants. He's not into that rah-rah stuff.
Well, I think the biggest thing isn't even really Todd Bowles. It has to do with Bruce Arians. His side was offense, and supposedly the things where Brady got ruffled was he and Byron Leftwich would come up with a game plan, and then on like Thursday or Friday, Bruce Arians come in and is like, "No, we're not going to do this or that or that." Like, they constructed this whole plan that took multiple days to come up with, and Bruce Arians just essentially takes a marker to it of, "Nope, not that, not that." Obviously, now with Bruce Arians gone, Brady and Byron Leftwich, they don't have to worry about coming in and marking up their stuff. Like, they get to start what they the idea, what they want at the beginning of the week, and by when the game kicks off, they're going to implement the plan they started with at the beginning of the week.
A little bit of a mind meld. A little bit of and Leftwich still being there, that's some cohesiveness right there.
Yep.
All right, Daniel Snyder. Daniel Snyder may have stubbed his toe for the final time. Let's elaborate on that. Lugs, what do you think?
Well, you can get away with a lot of things, but money issues you can't get away with. He's been needing to be moved out, but these owners, they're all billionaires, and so maybe this is the time, because I know since he's on that team since 98, 99, whatever year it was,
long time.
They haven't maybe a couple of times been in the playoffs and gotten nowhere. So I don't see anything positive ever from the Dan Snyder era there.
Well, just to give you an overall record of the Dan Snyder era, they have been 156, 212, and 1 since he bought them. So a few games under 500.
And Doug Williams isn't there anymore, is he?
No. I just find it oddly fascinating, and I know this is kind of cynical, but it would come to the NFL. NFL, I'm not going to say took a blind eye, but they're willing to kind of weather the storms of the sexual misconduct allegations under his tenure. Obviously, the decades, and we're saying decades, where he wanted to hold on to a derogatory name of an ethnic group. He wanted to hold on to that. It comes down to this Congressional House Oversight Committee revealing that maybe Washington didn't turn in their 40% of their ticket revenue to the league pool that gets divvied up equally across the 32 teams. That right there, like Lug said, is like, wait a minute, you're shorting me? No. Like those other things we can maybe look away from, but you're shorting me money, you get out the door. You get
out of the way.
Yeah, it's all about the cash, man. And they've got cash cows, and Washington could be making a lot more money. I don't know about signing off on the name Commanders. That's a little non-sellable to me. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm not jumping out buying that merch myself. And back up a bit. Emails in the Commanders, then Redskins server or whatever, tied to John Gruden, cost John Gruden his job, did it not? Didn't it not originate with Washington?
Yes. Yep.
Some crazy stuff going on there. We don't know the half of it, but reports are that this may be it.
Look, and this goes back to the deflate gate. To be fair to Tom Brady, and obviously I'm not like, this is why Tom Brady wanted to destroy his phone. It's like these things always get leaked out. I'm not saying that it wasn't good for John Gruden to lose his job, but like it came out because someone leaked something that was not supposed to be leaked in that way. So let's put it as, so everyone who wants to give Tom Brady crap, this is why you destroy your phone.
All right. Yeah. It's 22 minutes past the hour, 56 degrees and cloudy outside. Hey, Lugs, you got a little sports of yesteryear?
I think we do.
Here we go. Yes, it's sports of yesteryear. We set the Wayback Machine because we got nothing else to do on this episode. So here's Lugs with our story. Go, Lugs, go.
1915, Jess Willard KOs Jack Johnson after, get ready for this, 26 rounds in a heavyweight boxing title
what?
In front of 25,000 fans in Havana, Cuba.
26
rounds.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
Anyway, 1934, baseball superstar Babe Ruth agrees to do a 15-minute broadcast a week on NBC radio.
That's a podcast, man. That was a podcast.
Well, he gets $39,000, which is more than $4,000 more than the Yankees were paying him to play baseball.
Well, that's more than we're getting here too tonight. By the way.
Oh yeah. 1940.
Real quick.
The 99th Grand National, 25-1 long shot boxcar ridden by Royal Air Force Sergeant Mervyn Jones wins by 4 leagues at the last true Aintree Grand National. Had to take a 5-year break due to World War II. 1967, then 76er Wilt Chamberlain sets NBA record with 41 rebounds in one game. In 1998, the Arizona Diamondbacks recorded their first win in team history with a 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants, ending the second worst start ever by an expansion team. That right there, friends, is sort of your smorgasbord of sports.
Well, we appreciate the smorgasbord. When I was a kid, there was a restaurant nearby, and it was a Swedish smorgasbord. And basically, it was just a buffet with most of the food was like light-colored, I think, if I remember. There was no like...
And boiled.
Boiled, lots of cheesy stuff, chicken, but not a lot of like meat, red sauce. Does that make sense? Huh.
Well.
All right, 1998. Who was that? That was the Diamondbacks? I remember that.
Yeah.
And
the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. They had the worst startup in baseball history, huh? All right, T-Dog, what else is on your plate, man? NFL news and notes. We got anything cooking?
The last big NFL news and notes is Frank Gore just recently announced his retirement.
Yes.
He had 9 1,000-yard rushing seasons. He's third all-time in rushing yards, fourth all-time in yards from line of scrimmage, has played in more games than any other running back in history, which would be 241. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. And get this, the craziest thing about him is before he even came into the league, he tore his ACL in back-to-back years at Miami. He was able to come back from that to do all those accomplishments. In his draft class, all these guys were drafted in the first round. He had outlasted Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams, and our favorite J-Boy, Cedric Benson, when he was a third-round pick. And he was one of the big parts of the 49ers when they were bad, when he got there in 2004 or 5. And, if you think about it, his end tenure essentially was those Harbaugh era where he was able to allow them to get to the point where they were good again. So thank you for everything, Frank Gore. You're one of the best. I don't know if you'll get in the Hall of Fame because I don't think he was ever maybe except for 2006. I don't know if he was ever one of the top 3 running backs in the league, but I hope he gets in there. It'll be probably by the senior class that makes all these guys wait 20 years to get in, but hopefully he gets in eventually.
So he tore an ACL like his junior year, then his senior year, had 2.
He had 2. His left ACL, he tore it 2 years in a row.
Wow.
And came back from it.
That's some kooky stuff there. All right, boys, the first Saturday of May is just about 3 or 4 weeks away. Kentucky Derby time. Early pick, anybody? Toss it out there.
I'm not going to go for Bob Baffert. How's that? And I may have seen, was it the Arkansas Derby? I may have seen the finish on that, but I don't even remember the horse. So,
I'm rooting for Mandy Patinkin as a horse. That's my horse to bet on. That or Papa's mustache. I forget which one. It's one of those 2.
Lucky Dan in the 3rd race.
Yeah.
All right, enough about that. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say Tiger Woods coming back. I don't know how he's going to be able to walk that course. That's a pretty hilly course, but
yeah.
I'm saying here's your conspiracy theory.
All right.
I'm saying because every time he appears on camera, ratings go way up. I'm saying the PGA said, Tig, come on down. We'll give you $5 million just to show up. And, it's gotten a lot of talk. And I saw his presser where he said he's lucky not to had to amputate the leg. So
will they break some rules and give him some assistance to get him around Augusta
Well,
National?
now, remember when that one guy wanted to use a cart because of his leg was bad, and they wouldn't allow that. So if they, I don't know, I don't think they can. He
wasn't LT Gray, though, so.
Oh, true. Very true.
I like the part of the presser I saw that just if I'm buying into conspiracy that I like, Lugs, is that they paid him $5 million, and just listen to parts of the pressers like he was. I'm not saying verbatim, but I'm paraphrasing. Like, I don't know, it's a hard walk to do. I just like that. I think he's bartering. He's like, all right, $5 million, but like if you really want me, like, it's a hard walk, guys. It's a really hard walk. Can we get it up to 10? It's getting better, but I still, I don't know if I can make it on those back 9. That back 9, we're up to 20 million. Oh my God, I can do it. I got it.
He's had some acting classes along the way. We know that. All right. Anything else tonight, gentlemen?
I think that's it.
That's it. Oh, we forgot to go over the True TV schedule, but we'll save that for next week. You know now True TV's got regular programming on and.
Okay.
Not basketball anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Let's forget about that for now anyway. This has been Sports and Other Stuff, brought to you in part by, let's see, who do we have this week? Yes, Austin Chiropractic. get game, because with no pain at Austin Chiropractic,